Up next, though, will be DBro from Ireland, fourth fastest in the qualifiers to get it here into this 16 developer final. And we'll be rolling off here in just a matter of moments. A software engineer at Liberty Mutual went on a really thrilling run throughout our bracket at reInvent back in 2019, coming from the wild card side of the bracket. One of the best, if not the most successful wild cards that we've ever seen, especially in real world competition, not in virtual competition. And DBro really thrilled us, nearly made it to the championship 3 that year. Back at it once again, and can't wait to see what DBro has for us here in his first run of 2 tonight.
Going back to that 2019 championship, the only thing that stopped DBro from winning the cup was the cup winner herself. Sola, who was our 2019 champion, was the only thing preventing him from being on the stage.
And DBro, a big part of the AWS AIML community, a featured guest speaker and vocal advocate for machine learning as well. This has become a big part of what he does. And one of the cool things about that run as a wild card was he had some of his bosses from Liberty Mutual there watching him. And I don't think they had any idea what was going on at first, but they became the biggest fans as the tournament went along. And he continued to represent them deep into that tournament with the run that he went on. And he continues to be one of the stalwart competitors in DeepRacer competition. On his opening lap here, does have that one reset. You see all the sectors turning up green. That's to be expected. This is his first lap, so by default, that every sector will be his best thus far. So it'll be the second flying lap that'll give us a bit more information coming up in just a few moments if he can make it through these next couple of corners.
Coming up, though, we had a lap time of 46.25. That would put him into the 8th spot. Certainly not where we would expect DBro to be, given his long-time experience in this particular format. I would expect his time to improve, but we never know. It's each individual model's reaction to the track itself. It's not DBro driving, it's the model.
That's right. He only has control over the speed in real time, and that does affect how the model can take some of the corners. There's only a certain amount of speed that the car can carry through the corners, just like a car in real life. But like to your point, Blaine, by and large, this car is avoiding the obstacles on its own. It's making the turns on its own. His input is very minor, and that's just to keep a little bit of the hands-on kind of aspect of the competition that we have in real-world competitions at AWS summits around the world, at least in a normal year, and certainly going back to reInvent the last couple of years with our first 2 editions of the DeepRacer Championship Tournament.
Talking about championship tournament, a reminder that today our top 3 winners will qualify to go to the Championship Cup this year, 2021, in Las Vegas for a physical, in-person, we hope, race where they're going to get a chance to take home the Championship Cup.
That's where it all comes down to the wire. Certainly the most prestigious prize in machine learning. 1 minute left for DBro here. His best time, 46.259, would have him, as Blaine said, in the 8th spot. DBro was the first of 4 developers to break the 30-second barrier on his qualifying lap. Only 4 did it out of the 72 that took part in the Pro Division this year. And it's worth noting, we talk about the Pro Division, even though there is an Open Division, all of those times really don't compare because the Open Division races on a slightly different version of the Pochun Super Speedway. The Pochun Speedway, actually, is what it's known as. And DBro, one of just 4 developers to crack 30 seconds around this massive circuit that has proven so challenging to the best DeepRacer competitors in the world.
But with 46 as his best time and only 23 seconds left, this is going to pretty much leave DBro now in the 8th, and we still have 3 racers to go before we finish out round 1.
And to the point about the track that the Open Division races on, it basically cuts out this part of the track right here, the yellow brick road section, possibly the most difficult part of the Pochun Super Speedway. It makes it about a 25% shorter lap in total. DBro's time is done, 46.259 seconds, his best effort. That's 8th on the leaderboard right now with 3 more developers to go.
But these are all scattershot. All you need is one amazing lucky run and you qualify. Here in the championships, you get 2 3-minute blocks. That's it. So making sure that you've got a reliable, solid, consistent, non-faulting model is what's going to be the winner moving forward.
And to put that into perspective, 2 3-minute runs, running lap times like this, assuming you have no resets, you hit it perfectly, you're looking at a dozen laps. That's it.
Total across both 3 minutes. Yeah.
All right, here comes DBro up next, qualified as the 4th fastest developer in the month of March, but did not have the best opening run, to say the least. DBro from Ireland looking to improve and off to a solid start here through Yellow Brick Road. This very crucial technical part of the racetrack takes that very tight line through the hairpin, able to avoid that box. That's been a very difficult one. Tell you what, Blaine, at the risk of jinxing DBro, this is the best his model has looked thus far. I think it's safe to say that.
I am not going to say anything because I am not going to jinx our friend from Ireland here as we come around. See, I even not jinxing it, I still jinxed it. I'm just going to not even talk when someone's having a good lap anymore. Oh, my goodness.
Our apologies to you, DBro. Even still, the one reset on that lap, it's still a good one. 39.864. That has him in the 7th spot. Make that the 8th spot.
That's 8. Yep.
As it stands, able to avoid that first couple of boxes here on this 2nd lap. Personal best there in that first sector. So on pace to go even faster. That's good news. Makes it around the only box in Sector 2. That's good news. A little bit of a wild ride through this part of the track. Just barely kept at least one wheel on track to avoid the reset. Oh.
Way too much fishtailing there. Way too much fishtailing. As we look at the colors, for those of you who just come in, the colors on the mini-map tell a story. Ryan, talk to us about that.
That's right. So if you see the green in that opening sector, that means personal best there for DBro. The yellow-orange color, that means he did not improve on a previous lap time through that area. If we were to see one of DBro's laps pop up in purple, that tells us that of all the developers to go so far through round 1 and round 2, that would be the best lap we've seen in that part of the racetrack. So we'll keep an eye on that track map in the top left. That'll give us a good idea of what kind of lap DBro is on. I'll say this, for the 3rd consecutive lap, he goes green in Sector 1, so a personal best there. And this is the part of the track he struggled in last time, perhaps one of the parts, Blaine, where you can control that speed in real time. You can use that to your advantage. It looked like he might have dialed it back a bit more conservatively. Very clean that time. And look at that speed. 2nd fastest developer to this point, 33.338 seconds for DBro. Still 1 minute to try and go even faster.
See, and that's why they take me off the screen, so I will not jinx someone when it looks like they're having the best lap. Congratulations, DBro. If that holds, that's provisionally good enough for 2nd place. That could get you a trip to the AWS Championship Cup, but there is still a lot of racing left today.
Yeah, still quite a few developers yet to go. I think 12 more after DBro that'll get a shot at that time. This lap, not one of his better ones. The crucial thing here is, can he get around in time to start another lap with enough time on the clock to complete it?
The answer is no.
Yeah, that just doomed that idea right there by that collision with the box. So 33.338 seconds. It's good. I think he'll take it, especially if it does wind up good enough to clinch the spot in the tournament in Las Vegas, because as nice as it would be to win one of these monthly competitions, and don't get me wrong, everyone competing in this wants those bragging rights. Really, all eyes are on the big prize, and if you're in the field in Las Vegas, you've got a chance at the most coveted prize in machine learning.
We have 10 racers left to go in tonight's race. 10 racers, 3 minutes each.
And DBro as 3 developers who have clinched a spot in Las Vegas at reInvent for a chance to win the DeepRacer Cup.
And that will take us all the way to the end of racing. And we now formally say that Carl from NAB, JJ, and DBro take 1, 2, and 3 and advance to Las Vegas.
And here's your top 10. Each of these top 10 finishers will win a DeepRacer Evo. So congratulations to those 10 developers. Job well done here tonight. But holy smokes, what a great performance from Carl NAB. We saved the best for last here tonight, Blaine. That's what this format is supposed to bring to the table, and boy, did it pay off.
You know, you couldn't ask for a better night of racing here on the first race of this season. I can't wait to see what happens. I've been excited to be here and to be part of it and to work next to you, Ryan.